We are about to embark upon a series of strange and exciting, dangerous adventures. Adventures that will lead us to all parts of the world.
Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we are looking at Lazarus Planet, Revenge of the Gods, Issue 4. This is the final installment of the storyline that began with a one-shot and crossed over into 2 issues of Wonder Woman, all of which you need to read for this storyline to make any amount of sense. So the primary story is written by Willow Wilson, pencils by Cian Tormey, inks by Raul Fernandz, and Wade Grawbadger, colors by Jordie Bellaire, letters by Pat Brosseau, cover by Guillem March, assistant editor Rebecca Bonnahan, edited by Brittany Holzer, group editor Paul Kaminsky. This cover's probably the best one of the group, and it actually does relate to what's going on in the book, even though the shields aren't really in play. So I thought the cover actually did a pretty good job of selling the book. The interior art for the main story is pretty solid. There are a few panels that probably need a little bit of work, but overall not bad. Hera and Wonder Woman face off, and that is wrapped up within a few pages, mostly by Wonder Woman getting power from her friends standing around posing somehow. It's a little convoluted. After that, it just is epilogue. We find out that the hand belongs to Eros, which probably was explained in that one shot. I really don't remember anymore. And the demigods are going to be keeping the peace between the gods and the mortals. Even though the mortals really didn't stand much of a chance and didn't really contribute anything in this fight. And then Billy reveals his secret identity to Yara for some reason, and then asks her out and gets shot down. He's treated like a complete buffoon in this issue. And Wonder Woman has a little pep talk with Mary again. And Hera is treated like a cartoon villain. Then we go to the battle with Hades on Themyscira, where the patron goddesses have shown up to help out the Amazonians. And they have a little rah-rah moment where everybody gets rallied and Hades just sort of gives up and wanders off after a stern talking to, which is really weird. And this was written by Becky Cloonan and Michael Conrad, Alitha Martinez penciler, Mark Morales and John Livesay were the inkers, Alex Guimaraes was the colorist, Becca Carey letterer, Rebecca Bonnahan assistant editor, Brittany Holzer editor, Paul Kaminsky group editor. The art in that one is pretty good. There's some really good coloring too. It was a lot of emotional validation from the gods to the Amazonians for some reason, and Nubia's hair is still ridiculous looking. Then we have the third storyline, which is Mary Marvel, and it's the finale of A Champion's Heart, written by Josie Campbell with art by Caitlin Yarsky, colors by Jordie Bellaire, letters by Clayton Cowles, assistant editor Rebecca Bonnahan, Brittany Holzer editor, Paul Kaminsky group editor. And this one was Billy and Mary having a little heart-to-heart. He summons the wizard, and they're like, "Oh, we're not worthy. Give my powers to Mary because she's smarter than me, because I'm just a dumb boy." And the wizard's like, "I made a mistake because I thought people in power should handle power, and I'm dumb because I'm a boy." And then Hippolyta shows up and is like, "I'm going to give Mary superpowers based on goddesses' names. So now she can say Shazam based on girl power, and Billy could say it based on some scraggly looking homeless dude who wanders around in his underwear." This was a complete waste of time. The main story is wrapped up within like 4 or 5 pages, and the ending doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It's just sort of rushed. And that goes the same with the other 2 stories. Granted, the one with the Amazonians makes a little more sense and is a better written and drawn story. The third one, the art is atrocious. It looks incredibly amateurish, like an indie book about relationships would have, and the whole thing with Mary getting powers from the goddesses was just lazy and kind of cheap. They had to reach for it, and it was just more girl power nonsense. Overall, I was really disappointed with this miniseries. This issue is an afterthought. It's almost all epilogue, and it's definitely not worth anywhere near the cover price. This could have been wrapped up in the previous issue. Instead, they dragged it out one more issue so they could get more money and really beat on the drum of girl power because they wanted to do that for some reason. And the constant validation is distracting and boring and very 2016 comics, and it's never been a good seller. The writing is mostly garbage in here, and it's really disappointing. The one storyline that was pretty good, the Becky Cloonan storyline from the Wonder Woman books, was pretty solid, but even that wasn't great comic storytelling. It wasn't even that good of storytelling. It was just the best of them. them. So I wouldn't have a problem paying $2 or $3 for the Wonder Woman issues, but the rest of these were dollar bin material across the board. This as a payoff just fell flat on its face. It was not dynamic, it was not exciting. It felt like sitting in a college lecture hall for a class I didn't want to sign up for, that I was trying really hard not to sleep through. So I'm not going to recommend it. If you want to know what happened with Mary Marvel's powers, now you know. That's all you really needed to read this for. It was a complete waste of time and money. That's going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future reviews. If you'd like to help the channel out in other ways, links are in the description to various support methods. And as always, we hope to see you on the next one.